The Marrying Man, known as Too Hot to Handle in the United Kingdom and Australia, is an American 1991 romantic comedy film starring Alec Baldwin and Kim Basinger. The film was directed by Jerry Rees and written by Neil Simon. The film opened to poor reviews and flopped at the box office, with Basinger's performance in the film earning her a Golden Raspberry Award nomination for Worst Actress, where she lost to Sean Young for A Kiss Before Dying. Plot: Charlie Pearl is the heir to a toothpaste empire's fortune. He is a playboy who doesn't work for a living, spending his time indulging in hobbies like speedboats and fast cars. Charlie is engaged to be married to the daughter of Lou Horner, a foul-mouthed, hot-tempered Hollywood studio mogul. Horner is concerned that Charlie has no ambition of any kind and no apparent guilt about it. The studio chief warns Charlie that if he should make Adele unhappy in any way, there will be hell to pay. His four best friends, a comedian, a songwriter, a singer and a baseball manager, none particularly successful as yet, accompany Charlie on a drive to Las Vegas for a final bachelor's fling. Charlie is willing to foot the bill for Phil, Sammy, Tony and George, but is eager to get back home to his fiancée. They make a quick stop for a drink at a nightclub where Vicki Anderson, a glamorous singer, immediately disrupts Charlie's thoughts of wedded bliss. He tries to pick up Vicki after her performance but is sternly warned that she belongs to somebody else. Vicki responds to Charlie's charm, however, and obligingly offers to leave a window open at her home. Charlie shows up and they end up in bed, only to be caught in the act by her other lover, Bugsy Siegel, the notorious gangster. Rather than react violently, Bugsy amuses himself with the notion that he will take the scared stiff Vicki and Charlie to a justice of the peace in the middle of the night and make them marry one another. Charlie drives her back to California and offers to pay her expenses, but Vicki walks out, wanting nothing more from him. In the meantime, their wedding photo pops up on the front page of the morning newspaper, with Charlie's engagement announcement to Lou Horner's daughter appearing on a later page. As the enraged studio boss points out, Charlie apologizes and still wants to marry a sobbing Adele. He agrees to get an annulment from Vicki and to pay a considerable sum to charity if he should dare disappoint Horner's daughter again. Charlie accidentally runs into Vicki again and can't help himself. Charlie remarries Vicki and once again leaving his fiancée in the lurch. Lou Horner stops just short of killing Charlie, instead sending a couple of thugs to beat him and toss him into a swimming pool. Charlie accepts this as fair. Vicki is happy, too, momentarily, coming home with an offer that could advance her career, only to learn that Charlie's father has died and he is needed on the other side of the country in Boston, where he is now expected to run the family's business. Vicki puts her career on hold and spends 2 years in Boston, enduring high society and boring tea parties. She can't wait to get back to California and her career. But when Charlie reneges on his promise, Vicki promptly gets a divorce. It doesn't take long for Charlie to return west. He and his friends track Vicki to a nightclub where she has taken up with another shady figure. They become involved in a violent brawl. Charlie then makes off with Vicki and marries her a third time, to the amazement of his pals. As a gesture of gratitude, Charlie sinks millions of dollars into a movie studio where he intends to produce pictures featuring his wife. But while the careers of his buddies take off, Charlie and Vicki begin to have children and raise a family. Nothing at the new studio gets underway and Charlie goes broke. He angrily blames Vicki, who walks out on him yet again. Divorced and depressed, the haggard-looking Charlie is found by his friends quite a bit later at a nightclub, where he tells them he has recently gone into a promising new line of work: computers. He stares dreamily at the stage where Vicki is performing her act. Charlie shows his friends a diamond engagement ring that he has brought with him. Vicky slides it onto her finger. Cast: Alec Baldwin as Charlie Pearl, Kim Basinger as Vicky Anderson, Armand Assante as Bugsy Siegel, Robert Lodger as Lou Horner, Elizabeth Shue as Adele Horner, Paul Reiser as Phil, Fisher Stevens as Sammy, Steve Heitner as George, Kristen Cloak as Louise, Peter Dobson as Tony, Catherine Lane as Emma, Jeremy Roberts as Gus, Big John Studd as Dante. Reception: The Marrying Man was panned by critics, as the film holds a 10% rating on Rotten Tomatoes from a sample of 21 critics. The Marrying Man at the Internet Movie Database. The Marrying Man at AllMovie. The Marrying Man at Rotten Tomatoes. The Marrying Man at Box Office Mojo.